Donald Miller once said, the greatest single lie we can tell ourselves is that life is a story all about us. It's a quote of humility, right? That life is not all about us. I want to continue this morning talking about the Beatitudes. The next one, the third one, is blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. And there's three things I want to capture and just tell you kind of what this verse speaks to. And I'm going to be brief and quick to the point this morning and then pray for y'all. First of all, understanding what it means to be meek or blessed, then meek, and then what does it mean to inherit the earth? First is this. What does it mean to be blessed? It is simply this idea that we will be blessed. We will be happy. We will find happiness in the Lord, blessed by him. So blessed are the meek. What is that word meek? If you look up synonyms, I think sometimes when we think of the word meek, we think like this lowly kind of word, but the reality is it's a word of humility. It's a word of humility. Blessed are the meek, people who are humble, live a humble life here. So the third part, they will inherit the earth. In other words, what Jesus is saying is that if we live a happy life being humble, modeled by Christ, a humility that was modeled by Christ, a life that is lived in humility like Christ lived in humility, we will inherit the earth. In other words, if we are happy with a humble life now, we have all the riches of heaven to come. We are given an inheritance, meaning if we live a life now that is meek and we are happy in it, we inherit all of what the kingdom has to offer. In other words, if we live our lives like Christ lived his, our joy will come from knowing that our inheritance is the kingdom. I just wanted to share that with y'all as we continue in the Beatitudes, and I share a little bit more about those. What does it mean to live a humble life? What it means to model Christ in everything we do, not make it about ourselves, right? That every action, every life step, everything we do, every breath we breathe is modeled to live for Jesus, to die to self. You know, I get asked what this "he is greater than I" tattoo means. It comes from John 30, which says, "He must become more, I must become less." It's he must become greater, I must become less. That's a humble thought. That's living a life of joy, knowing that my God becomes more, I become less, that it becomes more about glorifying him and bringing him to people so that they can know the riches of heaven and know grace like I know grace. If we humble ourselves and we find ourselves living blessed in meekness, our riches come in heaven. What a great verse. It sounds hard. It sounds weird. Jesus saying, blessed are the meek, they will inherit the earth. But when you break it down, it's truly powerful. Life is not a story all about us. There's a bigger picture, but we get to play into it if we live a life of humility. Think about that. I love y'all. Let me pray for you. Father, I just thank you for today, that we can live a life humbly like the life you modeled for us through Christ. Father, I pray that our hearts would be geared to not tell the story from so that we're the center point, but that you are, and that we would humble ourselves, that you would become great, we would become less, so that people would know you more and more deeply and fall more in love with you. Father, thank you for today. We love you and pray these things in your name. Have a great day, y'all. Have a great weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye.